Can we give Brother Jose another round of applause? Actually, I have a PowerPoint to present to you guys, so Brother Roy, if you could. Just go ahead and remove the cover off the overhead.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Can you go slide back? Actually, no, it's fine. We can start there. The question is, why Muhammad's economic blueprint? Like, why? Why? I mean, should we just save our money and just put it up in our own account and spend it eventually? Because when you save money, you eventually gonna spend it on something. That's right. So the whole point of it is, what are you gonna do with the money, right? That's what it comes down to. Next slide. I kind of had a little bit of fun on the internet finding some pictures to kind of illustrate the points that I wanted to make. If you can see at the top left-hand corner, you have hands coming down, actually removing the land beneath the feet of the original people, and that's still going on today with the black farmers. At the top right corner, you got Monsanto. I'm sure y'all all heard of them before. Monsanto started actually manufacturing a chemical called Agent Orange. That was used to deforest the foliage of all the plants in the Vietnam War. And so what happened was they made so much money off that they said, how about we take this chemical that we use and let's use it in agriculture here in the United States of America and everywhere else to get more money. And so so they took that idea with the Agent Orange, and they reduced the potency of that chemical just a little bit, and so now they call it Roundup, and they spray it on all different types of crops and stuff, and it's supposed to kill the weeds, but allow the main crop to live. But we all know that's not working today. In the middle, I got Monsanto as a devil, because really, although really the real devil is a white man. He ain't red like that. I mean, it turned red when, that's the evil scientist right there, mixing up some poisonous concoction. And this is how they think about the world. I don't know if y'all can see it on this side, but you see a scale, a balance, and you see the earth, and then you see the people outweighing the earth. That's how they think. They think it's too many people, it's too many of us, right? And so they just greedy. That's all. Next slide.
Right.
This is a man by the name of Henry Kissinger.
I'm
sure y'all familiar with him. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has, enlightened us about this guy. So he actually came out with a memorandum back in like 1970 something called the National Security Study, and basically what this was a study that studied the demographics to find out how many black people are on the earth, right? And they studied the world food supplies, who's producing food and what are they producing. And ultimately the plan for this was to find a way to decrease the fertility rate of us as a people through the food. They sent this to the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. They sent it to every level of government possible to implement their plan, which they're still working on today. And as you see the quote, control oil and you control nations, control food and you control the people. Wow. Right? The growth of the people, that is. Next slide, please. This slide is on genetic engineering, and so the questions that I asked myself when I came across these photos were, what's wrong with these pictures? At the top left, you see these scientists, so-called scientists, at a corn crop, right? And they're wearing biological suits. Wow. Does that make any sense?
Come on, man.
That's the food that we're supposed to eat, right? Yeah. Why you gotta wear an actual chemical suit? Fully enclosed, so you can oxygen supply into your mask.
Yeah, like it's hazmat or something.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And this
Come
is
on
what
with
we're
that.
supposed to eat. Wow. As you see, you can see the monkey and the mouse and the cat and the leaf right there. You see it glowing. These scientists, they figured out a way to take what they call it's a protein. It actually comes from jellyfish and like fireflies and stuff like that. It's a fluorescent protein. They found how to take this out of these, take the genes from these creatures, and they can actually put them into other animals or plants.
Huh.
So it'll literally make them grow. Literally make them grow, and this is the level that they experimenting on.
Wow.
Now I'm not saying you should go home and turn off the lights and see if your food gonna glow, but what I am saying is this is some of the experimentation going on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And this is why we need to have our own land.
Come on,
And grow
man.
our own food. Like the minister said, you know, you got to keep your mouth out the enemy's kitchen. Otherwise,
Come on.
you're gonna be a victim. You have an apple right here. Our beloved brother, Minister Kareem, spoke on the apple. I think last Sunday. This apple right here, they engineered it to not turn brown. This one right here is a natural apple. You can see it's a little brown, but the other one on the right, it doesn't turn brown. And so again, they experiment with the genes that cause pigmentation in the fruits and vegetables. And so if they're able to do something like this, I mean, what else can they do? What is this? How does this affect your body? Because my mom told me that, like, when you see an apple turning brown or a banana, that's like almost like the melanin. That's like the chemical melanin in your body that gives you your own skin pigmentation. So they're removing it from the plants. Next slide.
Huh.
This is just to illustrate how important it is to have land. Based on our history, we know about the Haiti Revolution with Toussaint and Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and you know how they had to kick the white man off the land. And as you see, they not saying, you know, how can we get along? They like, get the hell off my land. Then you got the Indian War, of course. It was so many treaties that was set up between the American, the white man and the Indian. And of course, the white man broke all those treaties. So they had to go to war, right?
Yes, sir.
And then we got the Mexican-American War. You know, Texas and Colorado, Nevada, those all used to be really owned and occupied by the Mexicans. And you see, they went to war over it because they know the value of land. Everything comes from the land. As a matter of fact, if you think about it, anything except plastic, everything that we use that's not plastic or synthetic or metal or glass grows from the ground. Everything y'all got on, your shoes, you know, wood, everything that we use to build the houses. So, next slide, please. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan spoke on the Mennonites of Belize. I don't know if y'all remember.
Yes, sir.
The Mennonites of Belize.
Yes, sir.
And they're a population of about 5,000, and they pretty much produce all the crops for food in that region of the world. And so this should be our agenda. If you look at the Amish community right here in the United States of America, they got their own closed circuit where they don't even take no loans from the government, you know, as far as subsidies and stuff like that to produce their own food. They said, forget y'all, because if we gonna allow y'all to help us out, then y'all gonna have a say over what we gonna do, and they didn't want that.
That's right.
So that should be our agenda too.
Yes.
Next slide, please. This is some of the food and products that come from plants. You got medicine at the top left-hand corner. That's really the medicine that we should be using today, like natural stuff. You know, when you want to get some sleep, get some chamomile. You know, because that Tylenol PM, it'll knock you out. I don't know if you ever took one, but you better not be driving. The grains right there, that comes from a lot of it comes from the Middle East, or what am I saying? Africa. It's the continent of Africa. Of course, all of our vegetables, clothes, you know, the beautiful garments that sisters wear. Biofuel. That's one of the new things that's one of the new things that we're going to have to have in order to produce fuel for ourselves, because obviously the fossil fuels is growing in the earth, you know. That's like a mosquito repellent, and that actually is it comes from a plant as well. Next slide. Okay, this leads to the next part of the presentation. This is what I really wanted to get to. A lot of people don't know what an acre is, because like brother said earlier, you know, we heard of 40 acres in the mule, and you know, we heard of all, you know, all these big lots of acres that we want to get. But let's just look at what is really 1 acre. And I got a picture of a football field, and as you see, it's basically that's basically an acre if you take off the end zone. So it's about 43,560 square feet.
Okay.
That's a lot of land, just 1 acre. So I'm gonna show y'all what you can do with 1 acre and some tools. Next slide. So what I want to do is I want to look at one particular food crop, and I chose garlic. I chose garlic because garlic doesn't require refrigeration to store it. So if we're looking at an operation to get into, we want to look at the least cost, right? So that way, once we build on that, then we can get into other ventures that may take a little bit more money or a little bit more skill or a little bit more production. So right here, if you look at the weight of 1 bowl of garlic, it's a little bit under a pound, 0.875 pounds. And this is sold right now retail for $3 per pound, which is equivalent to $2.60 per bowl. Next slide. Okay, you can grow 43,500 plants in spring and then also in fall. So if you take that number, 43,500, and you multiply it by the weight of 1 bowl, you're going to get 38,062.5 pounds, which basically, for y'all don't know, is the weight of 7 to 8 cars. Next slide. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
You did. You can't get on that one with the numbers.
Oh, okay, yeah. The total weight of 38,062.5 pounds at $3 per pound is $114,187.50 per crop.
Think of that. Huh.
And you can do 2 crops in 1 season.
Yes, sir.
Over $100,000 on 1 acre. That's what I said. Wow. Next slide. And so, like I said, we have more than 1 season. You can grow it actually twice a year. So really, that's $228,375 or 76,125 pounds. Next slide. So how much land can $1 million buy in Creston, California? That question came to me because I was thinking earlier when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was speaking on the fact that we almost there at $1 million. So, you know, I'm like, dang, well, what can we do with it? Just 1 million. And so I would like to show y'all. Okay. So I did some research on, you know, how much it would cost to get, or how much land you can buy with $1 million. And I found this online, 105 acres for $1,175,000. And so basically, I just took that math that I got from that 1 acre and I multiplied it by 100 acres. And if you see at the top, $22,837,000, $22,837,500, and then at the bottom, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, this doesn't include the cost for operation. It doesn't include the cost for the harvest and the cost for distribution. But I'm just saying this is a theoretical look at just the figures. And I don't believe in monocrops. And this is representation of a monocrop production. But I just want to show y'all how much money you can make off an acre of land or off of 100 acres. So this is just math. You know, Islam is mathematics, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And so, like I said, the figures do not reflect the cost of the cultivation, harvest, and distribution. The garlic has the least expense for storage, shipping, and handling. So that's the positive thing about it. Next slide. These are 2 inspirational people.
That's right.
Jason Brown, you know, he played for the St. Louis Rams, and he had like $25 million from that contract. And he actually got offered another contract for, I think, like 30